Hello everyone, Bad Benny here, and this is a quick tutorial on how to build the new stitches and also showcase the amazing skin. It's so freaking cute actually. So after having played my placement today and playing stitches, I think 8 out of my 10 games, winning 5 of those and losing 3. Doesn't really matter if you win or lose or no. But after those games, I kind of decided upon what the best build is so far, or with some variations. So looking at level 1 talents, you have Savor the Flavor, which basically boosts your E, makes it heal a bit more, and gives you passively, like it's passively a quest, which boosts your passive health regen. Uh, I think this talent is pretty shit. Looking at the next one, Patchwork Creation, it increases all regen effects and all healing received by 15%. Like that in itself is really insane, actually. Like there's not too many effects that work like that has this anymore. Uh, Stitches used to have amplified healing on 4, which was also really strong, but this is really good right now. Also, the effect makes him more sustainable in rotations and so on, and the takedown bonus is not super relevant, but can sometimes save you. Look at my Fury bot go. Malf wins RFS 1-1 confirmed. Anyway, and the last one is the Globe talent, which is pretty much the old one, but they changed the quest so that you get like one half of the previous quest, basically 5% at half the globes. The main difference is that it keeps scaling after 30, which makes it much stronger than the previous one. So for level 1 talents, like I'd played these two. I haven't played this, but I think it looks shit, so that's why I haven't played it. So I think this one is probably the best on maps where you don't get too many globes, such as like Battlefield or bigger map like Cursed, and this one on maps where you will most likely get more globes. Since it increases like maximum health, it scales really well with your E, and basically like makes you way harder to kill, while this one gives you sustain. So either of these on level 1, I'm gonna go to Patchwork here. Actually, I should do this as well. And level 4 talents, you have a hook upgrade, which makes your hook deal percentage max HP and reduce the cooldown by 3 sec. You have that your slam reduce cooldown of your other basic abilities, like the hook and E. And then you have, when you slam a hero, you get attack speed. So at first I thought this one looked really cool, but it's like a super trap talent. You never, like Stitches is not about out-attacking at all. Even though you have some talents that synergize with this later on, I don't think it will ever like have any real use. It's just like either it's a win more talent or it's a useless talent. And in either case, I don't think you should pick it. So I played with both of these, and after some games, I came to the conclusion that the percentage health, while it being like a nice bonus burst, it's not needed. Like this can reduce your cooldown by way more. Like this can reduce your hook's cooldown way more than this cooldown has, and it's like more reliable to hit. And it also decreases the cooldown of your E, which basically gives you your sustainability faster. We can actually look on these minions over here. So let's hook. If I only hit one guy with the ranged proc, like it doesn't do that much, right? Okay, let's move a bit closer. It reduced the hook by over 4 seconds here by hitting this man. I had hit 2 heroes with the close range, and then like I think 1 or 2 with the far one. So if you're in this situation, look at this. Like it reduces your cooldown by so much compared to this one, and it's way easier to hit. I think this is the best level 4 talent. Level 7, I thought at first that cannibalize would be really good, but it's the same problem as the shop one. You don't generally like out attack enough, even though it works on the inner area of slam. It's like not relevant, I think. So I don't think this is worth picking. Tenderizer is basically like pretty useless because it gives you more slows, but since your W has a baseline slow and then your R has a slow, like it, it doesn't really do anything. Like it's very unnecessary to have even more slows when you already have that much. So my go-to talent here is Blight. Activate to apply a Vile Gas to all nearby enemies, and enemy heroes hit receive 20% less healing. So it's good for two things. It's good for the healing reduction, which like might not seem much, but it can make a difference in many cases. And the passive proc, which synergizes with the 13 talent, I think. So I always pick Bile now as well, by the way, because after they changed the hook range and making it this short, basically means that all hooks pre 16 are like the enemy team will always be able to like catch up with you. So going Gorge is basically like really nerfed. Like it's still fine if you gorge someone under towers, but if you hook and then gorge a guy and the enemy team is like close, they will almost always be able to reach you because the range is much shorter now. So I would like always recommend Bile. Then looking at the 13 talent, as I said, the 7 talent synergized with the talent attack here, which is Lacerate, which when I slam, it inflicts enemies with wild gas. So the 7 talent did that wild gas heal stitches for the damage dealt. And with this, I can afflict it on the whole enemy team. Let's take some damage so I can show you a bit. And also the healing from this is buffed by the patchwork healing. There's a lot of synergy. So let's just do one auto on one guy here. See how much it gives. It's 12 per tick. It's 12 per sec. Just from that. And if you pick this talent and you slam all 4 of them, it's 12 like or 14 per pick per hero. I think the 14 comes from it reducing their armor, and while they have reduced armor, the 12 changes to 14. Yeah, the armor reduction is gone now. It's 12. Now it's 14. I didn't know that. I didn't know the passive. I mean, I guess it should, since it's like both physical and spell armor reduction. Yeah, I didn't really think about it. So I think this is the best talent for uh, the sustain it gives, paired with the 7 talent, and that the armor reduction for 4 seconds. The Those things together make the talent really good. Other mentionable here is this one, digestive juices. I think in most cases it won't do enough, but versus like some melee heavy drafts where the enemy team would have a melee assassin or a Genji, someone that will dive onto you and then like you just try to peel, then this is good. Then you can reduce the diving carries damage by a lot. But I feel like when you hook someone and you eat, if you would eat that guy after, it doesn't really do anything. So I see this have some uses, but I would say that Lacerate is the best pick overall. I haven't played too much with this, so I might be wrong, but like this is what I would recommend for now at least. And then on 16 now, I would always take the hook range. Given the nerf to the basic range, basically means that if you don't upgrade your hook, you don't have a Q ability. Like it's way too short. While if you have this upgraded, it it does so much more. Why is he chasing me? Get minion. Uh, the other talents are this is like the same as the old 16 slow wise, but it lasts 0.25 seconds shorter. So like this is still decent, but I feel like since you don't have as much damage in your slam anymore, it's not really needed. Paired with you having like base slow when you hook someone. So basically, you can't engage as well with your slam as you could before, but I still feel like fishing hook has a major advantage over the other tunnels here. Meat hook is a bit interesting, especially paired with globes, since it heals you for your maximum health, and then when you attack, it reapplies it. So this might make you really tanky, and it might actually be like a good pick, but I feel like you lose a lot of the hero's potential if you don't have the long hook. A good hook in the late game with this talent can like decide the game, and it's very hard to actually get good hooks if you don't have the talent. And then last but not least, the 20 talent. I think all of them are decent. I would probably recommend the Shambling Horror in most cases because versus almost all team comps you play against, they will have some form of burst or CC. And when they do that, if you play well and you manage to press this before you get CC'd, then you just reduce their damage by so much and like you might live and you kind of bait the enemy team in. I think abilities such as these are can be game changing, and that's why I recommend picking it on 20. Other options, like I mean, I think both the other two are decent. The bile is the same as it was on previous patch, which sometimes was worth picking. Increase slow doesn't matter too much, but the increased duration from 8 to 14 seconds is pretty huge. Almost 100% longer duration on the ult. So I think this is decent, but it's a bit risky not taking it most of the time. And so if you say this is like versus burst comp, you want to preemptively use this before you get hit by the CC or the burst damage. This is like the opposite, where you have another charge of your E, which basically gives you more sustain. And if you don't think they can burst you, this might be the better pick. But if they can't burst you, maybe you should go Bile anyway. So I'm a bit torn between these two. I think they're all three talents are decent, but I would recommend Shambling Horror for the mentioned reasons. This also reduces the cooldown of your heroic ability, but I don't think like it's not significant. It's not gonna make you have two heroics in a team fight, and it's not gonna like usually in the late game post 20, like you're gonna have one team fight and that's it. It's not like Stitch's heroic has like over 100-second cooldown, so you get it up pretty fast. Yeah, Shambling Horror. So let's go for it quick again. Patchwork or globes, depending on map. Playtime. Blight with the healing reduction activatable. Bile all the times in my opinion. Lacerate with synergized with 7 talent and gives armor reduction. And Fishing Hook. And last, Shambling Horror. That's it for this video. I hope you guys found it useful. This is what I came up with after playing him today. My opinions might change in the coming days. Then I will maybe not update with a new guide, but I will write it on Twitter or something. So if you liked it, feel free to leave a comment or something, or let me know if you have any other build suggestions or opinions. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and have a nice day. Bye bye.